T-Man's Kashar here. This is Keiko Self-Evolution, where I'm here to help you evolve. Now in today's video, I'm basically going to be having a conversation with my past self and what I would kind of say to my past self whenever I was like 13, 14, 15, like my teenage years, right? One thing I would kind of tell myself would be, I don't know, like, one thing I would tell myself would be do things for yourself. And I always, whenever I grew up, I always had a huge problem of just helping people, and you know, me just I'm just remembering stories now. It's just like I'd always help people, but like I would never help myself. Like I would sacrifice myself for someone else with like in a heartbeat, right? And I'm still kind of going through it, not really, because I kind of know, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, if something hurts me in the backside of things, I'm not doing it. Like nope, you're not getting that. But the first, like, I would say the first year and a half of me being in the military, I still struggled with that, just because, you know, I just wanted everybody to, you know, I just want to help everybody. And that's one of my, it's a blessing and a curse. Like, you just want to help people, but it's just like, you can't do certain things because it's going to sacrifice your own, like, well-being and stuff like that. It depends on the situation, but usually, you know, that was bad. I used to do that all the time, and that's just something that I used to deal with when I was younger and in my teens and stuff. Another thing that I would say would be, like, I wrote it down. Hold on, let me see. Don't try to figure yourself out. That's a huge one, because I remember, you know, whenever I was graduating high school, I was like, okay, I gotta do this, I wanna do this, I wanna do that. And now I think about it, I was like, that's the dumbest decision I've ever made in my life. just trying to figure it out, just trying to, like, you know, because sometimes you just gotta go off of blankness, like just emptiness. Like sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. And one thing that I did, and it's crazy now because I'm actually going back to what I was doing in high school and middle school. I'm actually, like, doing YouTube. If y'all didn't know, I actually have another YouTube account that I did like way back in the day. It was like a gaming account, and I posted, like, I want to say like 5 videos maybe, and they all did, like, sort of kind of good, you know. They all got like up to like 70 hits and above, and I was just like, oh, like, one, I look back at it now because some of my videos don't even cross 10, which is okay, which is fine. You know, all my content isn't for everybody, but at the same time, like, back then, you know, I was big into YouTube, and you know, I was just posted like those 5 videos. I edited them on my mom's computer, which was like it was a really old computer. And so the editing wasn't that great. But I used to watch editing videos of, like, how to edit this way and that way. And it's crazy because I do that now, like how to edit these videos that I do now. Like, I'll do certain things, like when it comes to, like, my vlogs and my B-roll clips and stuff like that. Like, I do that stuff now. So it's crazy how I look back on it and I'm kind of doing the same thing I used to do, right? But like I said, I only did like 5 videos and I stopped doing it because I think it was because my mom's computer, it got like too many viruses or stuff, and it didn't work anymore. And then yeah, but yeah, that's one thing that I would say. Just don't try to figure it out, because it came around full circle for me. As y'all can see, I do photography, I do videography, I edit videos. I'm big into technology. Well, not huge into technology, but the things I'm doing now revolves around technology, and it's always something that I've been doing when I was younger. And I kind of strayed away from that slightly whenever I graduated high school, because I didn't do the YouTube after high school. I didn't do it at all. All I did was just play soccer, and that's literally all I did. Like, I'd eat, sleep, soccer. Like, that's all I would do. And I kind of didn't, I didn't touch the laptop. I didn't touch computers like that. But in high school, whenever I was taking 3D animation class, I'd always be on a computer, and now it's crazy that I'm on a computer all day, every day now, and, it's just weird. Another thing that I would tell myself would be, good job. Good job to the aspect of picking the people that you choose to call your friends. I don't know, I've always had this undeniable talent of picking really good people to be my friend. And I get that from, I think, my mother, honestly, because she doesn't trust a lot of people personally. But, I was always very picky about who my friends are. And thank goodness I was, because I know I went through a lot of situations where, this person was acting finicky or this and that about something. So, and I'd pick up on it like super quick, and I'd be like, you know what? I don't need to be hanging out with you. It's time to go. You know what I mean? Like it's time to go. It's time to get out of here, right? I wouldn't be those. I was never that person to be like, oh, I'll give him another chance, or I'll give her another chance, or whatever the case might have been. Nah, I was always like, ooh, I gotta fall back. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Good job, honestly. Another thing that I would tell my younger self would be, hey man, sometimes you can't listen to your parents. I'm gonna just be real. Like, now I know we're supposed to listen to our parents and this, that, and the other, but hey, sometimes our parents don't even have the answers. So I know it was a big decision for me to go into the military. Almost 4 years ago. It was a huge decision. I made that decision based off just what I wanted, because I didn't want to go to college after high school. It just did not interest me at all. And my mother, she really wanted me to go to college, but that just wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted. I didn't want to go to college for 4 years and then, be in debt. And that was the hugest thing. I didn't want to be in debt after going to college, because I knew I was gonna either I got a scholarship, which in high school I did terrible in high school. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, that's another thing I would tell myself, like, try a little harder in the academic side of things, but it's already too late for that. But because I was like a C average type, like I would get like B, 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 C, 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 I didn't really try that hard. And my mother, she knew that I was smarter than that, but I just didn't try. I just felt like that stuff was pointless back in the day. And I'm not knocking the education system. It's just like, man, like, whew, I don't know how y'all do it. Like, it's so much money. Like, it's so much money. So that's why I kind of went to the military, because first off, it was free. And I knew that I had to sacrifice something for it to be free. So I was like, you know what? If I have to sacrifice, working a job, a 9 to 5, or doing this and doing that, and get all these benefits from it, I was like, that sounds like a deal to me. And I've always been like I'm gonna just go with the flow type of person. I've always been like that. So now I look back, and when I made that decision, my dad, he actually introduced it to me. He was like, hey, you should join the military. Because like he didn't want me to stay in the house, for, after I was 18, just chilling, not doing anything, right? So he's like, you should join the military. You should just like do something, right? Just get something to start, just to see how it is, and then after that, do what you want, right? And I feel like that was probably the best decision I've ever made in my life, and I'm so glad that I made that decision almost 4 years ago. Only because, like I said, I'm telling my younger self, don't listen to my parents. But that right there, that was probably, and honestly, I joined the military to just play soccer, to be honest with you. I don't play, it's weird because I rarely play soccer anymore, but when I first joined the military, I actually played a lot of soccer, and I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. But yeah, that's something I would tell my younger self is, don't listen to your parents all the time, because like I said, sometimes your parents don't know, all right? I know I still struggle with, how I talk about my mother about taxes, or not taxes, but trading and businesses that I'm in and that I'm creating and stuff like that. And she's like, if you just went to college and get a regular job, you wouldn't have to worry about all this stuff. I'm like, it's okay. Like I said, she doesn't get it, right? She doesn't understand. So that's one thing I would tell my younger self is, hey, you don't always have to listen to your parents. 98% of the times, listen to them. You know what I'm saying? They know from experience. But that 2% is usually the percent of them not knowing something, right? And I'd always, that's what I would say to my younger self is you don't always have to listen to your parents, okay? Especially when it comes to like stuff that they don't even know about, right? Like I know my dad and my mom, they didn't even know about stocks, and I knew about stocks before they actually did. You know, it's stuff like that where I'm just like, I thought y'all, like, because I asked them, I was like, hey, do y'all do stocks? When I first got introduced to stocks, I was like, hey, do y'all do stocks? And they were like, no. And I was like, what? So it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Another thing I would tell my younger self is, man, do not care about what other people think. I like nothing. I literally walk in the room now and I'm just like, yo, I could look like Booty. I could look like the hobo from down the block. I don't care what I look like. Right now, usually I don't look like the hobo from down the block, but usually I walk in the room. I'm like, yo, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you're talking. Like if you're talking about me, I don't give up. I can't say that word, but you know what I was gonna say. Because I used to care about what people like thought so much back in the day, especially when I was like first starting high school. I used to like, I used to almost have anxiety. Like, it wasn't like anything crazy. It was just like, and I still remember this day where I was getting a ride from my mom to go to school, and that morning, all my clothes that I would usually wear, they were dirty. And she didn't do the laundry yet for that week. And I remember in that morning, she just like threw something on. She was like, oh, you need to hurry up and get to school. Because I couldn't find anything in my closet. I was like, yo, like I don't have anything to wear, And she just like went in my closet and she was like, wear this. And I was just like, ugh, right? So I put it on. I was like, whatever, I just got to get to school. And then I was in the worst mood that I started crying. Now I think this was back in middle school. Yeah, this was back in middle school. And I was in like the 6th or 7th grade. And what I was wearing, I had like, I don't know if y'all remember like the Shaquille O'Neal shoes. Oh my God, I had those on with these ugly, tacky brown pants that I never wore. I never touched them. And this brown shirt, right? And this overgrown brown shirt. And I just started crying. And she was like, what are you crying for? I was like, yo, like, look what I have on right now. Like, this is terrible. And it was that bad to the point where I was like, I just started crying. And she was like literally like driving, just looking in the rearview mirror, like, what are you crying for? Like, and she stopped the car completely, you know, and I forgot how that day went, but I don't know if we went back to change or what. But I know that, you know, things like that, like, don't care about what other people think, because it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? It's you, you know what I'm saying? Do you. At the end of the day, do you, be yourself, be original, be authentic, be real. Like, that's the most important thing, be real. And honestly, I never had that issue where I was like a fake person or anything like that, but, you know, just be you. At the end of the day, and I thought, honestly, going through high school, and with the friends that I did have, I thought I was actually a really, you know, a good friend to some people, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so good job again. Now I look back, and I'm just like, dude, like I made some really good friendships, met a lot of good people, so good job. But yeah, those are some things that I would tell myself that, hey, I still tell myself to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes I call my parents and they'll say something, I'm like, man, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at that, I know for a fact, like, I live in my own apartment, you know, I have my own car, I have my own bills, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have more things going on. So I'm just like, whenever they say something, and I don't, it's not necessarily I don't want to hear it. It's just the fact that, you know, sometimes sometimes they don't know about something, and sometimes you gotta just ignore it, you know, and that's really it. So I hope you guys got something from this video. I hope you guys got some value from this video. As always, go to k-growth.co, copy this little long sleeve t-shirt right here. It's about to get cold pretty soon, so grab your hoodies, grab your beanies, grab your long sleeve shirts and everything from that site. I got everything there for you. And yeah, guys, that's me talking to that's some things that I would say to my younger self when I was probably like the age of 10 to, I don't know, 17, whenever I graduated high school. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace out. Bye.